Hello, world. Here in the United States, the Republicans promised goodies and they gave you grief. They promised you lower prices, they gave you higher. They promised you less pain, they're giving you greater. On the floor of was it the House? Yeah. They were saying that the American people need to have uh, pain, make sacrifices. All right. For those in the United States, haven't you sacrificed enough? While the wages that you receive have gone down, the accumulation of wealth for a very few people has gone way up. That's, if you can picture the graph, that's writing on the wall, isn't it? Wake up, America. You're not going to get ahead with stoking fear and anger around the world with your own ally. How much will you take? I'm asking you. He's threatened the country of Denmark with military force, an ally. He's threatened Panama with force. He's hinted around that he will use the drug war for which, Mexico and the United States have worked together before under Biden. Yeah, do you miss him? Now do you finally miss Joe? Well, you should. Trump he's angling his way to an excuse to bring the military into Mexico because of the drug trade, which I- who's supplying the weapons for the drug cartels? United States. Who, the bad guys in the United States. Who's buying the drugs? United States. And we're making plenty of dangerous drugs right here in the United States. Yeah. So who's more guilty for the drug cartels? We're arming them. We're supplying the money because we're buying the drugs. And it's Mexico's fault. No, it isn't. It's the bad guy's fault on both sides. And we need to do something about that. But invading a longtime ally to do it is just plain wrong. The world opinion of the United States is bad, growing worse. They now see us as a threat, as unstable, as a country they can't trust. Wake up, America. It takes quite a lot of chutzpah to take positive terms and turn them into negative ones. Yeah. Like taxes you pay uh, when you leave in this world. You know, The death tax. No, that's how we prevent what's tantamount to royal families, isn't it? Well, it doesn't completely do that. It's still overwhelmingly wealthy. Did you know that the wealthy people, you're American, did you know that the wealthy people live 15 years longer? And that's because they get all Medicare, all the medicine, and all the help they need. But on the Republican side, they want to cast doubts on medicines, and they want to cut Medicare and Medicaid. They've been trying to do that forever. They want to cut Social Security. No, it's time for us to take painful measures. While they're going up and we're going down, they want us to suffer some. Elon Musk is not someone in the bureaucracy. These people work hard. So they have made a bureaucracy a bad word? Really? These are just hard-working people that happen to be working for the government. Hard-working people for businesses aren't treated like trading partners. You notice that? That's another thing, if you can refer to some trading partners as something that is like an extra refrigerator in the office, yeah, with no rights of their own, then anti-union makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Yeah, just kick them out to die. Well, there it is. We need to suffer more pain here in the United States. And I guess we want to spread that pain around the world and have them like it. Well, they're not going to like it. If you tariff them, they're going to tariff us. And who pays? The rich? No, you do. I do. Everybody that's, in the poor and middle class. You know, their Christian right even displays Jesus as someone who wants to make you wealthy. How wealthy you are is how Christian you are. Now, look, Jesus told a rich young man that to follow him, he had to give up the wealth, give it to the poor, and come follow him. He went away sad. Mm. Oh, that's because he happened to love his wealth. That wasn't mentioned. The first church in Acts, look it up, had everything in common so that no one would do without. Wow. What is that? That sounds like communism, doesn't it? Wow. That's an evil term, right? Autocracy is a bad term. That's a bad thing. Sharing, well, some degree of sharing. It's not a bad idea. It's been a Christian idea forever. But, and sharing with people who can't give back to you. See, they've made giving to the poor bad. It's a drain on the nation. It's poisoning the blood, perhaps, I guess, just like anybody coming from anywhere else. Like all of us didn't come from anywhere else. Let's look about at this argument that, oh, my ancestors came over legally. When they came over, all they had to do is write their name down, and sometimes they changed their name when they wrote it down. That's all they had to do to come in legally. Now we put up so many barriers that people desperate to put food on the table for their mother or whatever, and we need the labor, have to come up illegally, or mama starves. Well, that's just a Christian thing. I mean, someone else's mama. That doesn't matter, does it? Do good. I think that's the message of Jesus, right? Supposedly at the last judgment. Oh, you saw me in prison and you visited me. You saw me hungry and you gave me to eat. You saw me without clothes and you gave me clothes. All basic stuff. And those who weren't getting into the kingdom, and it was not mentioned, did you believe in me? Did you say my name a lot of times? Not that anybody knows what the real name was. The magic name. Yeah. To do good and to follow love is to follow Jesus. You know, the people that were doing the good at this last judgment in that scenario didn't know who he was. Didn't said, when did we do this for you? When did we, is when he did it for the least of these. But now you have the gospel of prosperity, worshiping money, you know, and anything that levels the playing field so that you have a chance, anything that honors you as a trading partner that has the right to organize, these things have to be cut because there's a sickness at the top, my friend. It's called greed, you know, and we've forgotten a long time ago that power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So you want to hand everything over to Elon Musk and Trump? Bypass all our laws, which they've been doing, bypass the powers that the founding fathers put in to keep that accumulation of power in many hands. Well, let's make the Congress just a rubber stamp for the president. Have you no spine and self respect, Republican congressmen and senators? Have you none? You will kiss the ring, fall down for a guy that your own generals said was a fascist to the core. Really. And then working with him was like Fantasyland, something like that, or Twilight Zone. I forget the exact word they used. But I remember the point. And meanwhile, under his assumed threat of being able to fire people, which he doesn't really have the right to do without Congress agreeing. Wow. And they're offering some money that he doesn't have. There's no money set aside to cover you if you quit the IRS and the things that the country needs. The FBI, CIA, Mhm. He didn't have that money. He's a con artist. His own friends said that he wasn't a good businessman, but he was a great showman. What do you get when you put those two things together? You get a con man. Now, up in Canada, we're seeing a rise of similar fascist kind of sentiments, bringing out the worst in humanity, the tribalism that has given us wars forever, the accumulation of power into too few hands, a dictatorial leadership. No, don't give up your power. Be the resistance. Until next time, do remember, you don't just live in a world of wonder and possibility. That wonder and possibility lives in you too, if you'll embrace it. But you're not going to get there by giving in to greed, those who love it. So, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them in the comments. Trolls are welcome. You help the algorithm of the channel. More people will see the post, the more there's interaction. So go ahead. Say all kinds of ridiculous things. That's fine. For those of you with wise words to say, we're all ears. And do subscribe to the channel because our intent is to have more Zoom calls and have people who subscribe have a chance to come in and plan videos and be in the videos that we show. Very democratic. That's the right way to go, according to every school system in the United States and in Canada. Democracy is a good idea. Oh, I want you to remember too, before I go, that there's no free market without a fair market. Please tune in to Robert Reich on the economy. And for current politics, there's nothing better than the Midas touch. Uh, keep pushing. Keep pushing. You are the resistance. You are the power. As long as the love that you have brings good allies together, there will be no dictatorship country in the United States, in Canada, and those who are in power will lose it around the world. If democracy is to gain traction, we must have empathy for one another and rise to our better angel. A Zoom is coming soon, and we will be posting it in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. Do believe in yourself. Till next time, be the blessing that you want to see.